Son, listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you is not for tomorrow, nor for the distant future, it's for now. There is an important moment approaching, and I want you to be prepared, your eyes to be open and your heart to be firm. The time we live in is a time of decisions, of choices that can no longer be postponed. This message is a call to your faith, to your trust in me, because there are forces that you don't see, but that are moving around you. They want to confuse you, to make you doubt, but I am your shield, and with my protection, nothing can touch you. Prepare yourself, for there will be a test that will test not your physical strength, but your faith. This test will not be about what you can do with your hands, but about how much you trust in what you cannot see. It will be a test of trust in my love for you, in my care, even when everything around you seems uncertain. Fear not. I tell you this now, not to frighten you, but so that you know that I am with you, that I give you the strength to resist. Forces greater than you ever imagined are already on the move, trying to challenge what is good, what is just. They are approaching to challenge my children, those who have chosen to walk in the light. But I am your protection, I am your shelter. No evil can overcome the light that I have placed within you. Stay until the end of this message. Because, at the end, I have something more to tell you, something that only those who listen until the end will understand. This is the difference between those who are ready and those who are not. You already know that a trial is coming, and now I'm going to tell you more about what it means for you and those you love. This trial is not to destroy you, but to strengthen you. It is not for you to fear, but to trust. I have not left you and I will not leave you, no matter what happens around you. On the contrary, I am closer to you than you can imagine. The coming trial will deeply touch who you are, what you have built and how you relate to others. It won't be something you can see or hold in your hands. It won't be a physical struggle, but something that goes straight to your core. It will be proof of who you really are, what is in your heart, what you truly believe. It is at this moment that your true identity will be revealed, not just to me, but to yourself. You will see clearly what you have placed as the basis of your life. I ask you now, where are your foundations? What have you been relying on? What has sustained your life so far? Because this trial will test that. Everything that is superficial, everything that is fragile, will be shaken. I tell you this not to frighten you, but so that you know it's an opportunity. Yes, an opportunity to see what really matters, to let go of what doesn't really support you, of what you thought was firm, but which won't stand up to the pressure. And when that happens, don't despair. When you see what isn't strong crumbling, don't think it's the end. On the contrary, it's the beginning of something new, something more solid, more true, which I myself am going to build in you. Your value is not in the things you have or the people around you. It's not in what the world tells you is important. Your value, child, is in me. I am what defines you, not the circumstances, not the difficulties, not the failures of the past. I have called you by name, and I know who you are, even when you doubt it yourself. When that test comes, you'll realize that many of the things you thought were essential in your life actually aren't. You'll see that, in the end, I'm the one who defines you. You'll see that, in the end, what really sustains you is your faith, your love, your trust in me. These are the things that no test can destroy. Now, son, let me tell you about your relationships. They too will be put to the test. The people around you, those you live with, can be a source of strength or weakness. You will realize who really stands by you out of love, who supports you because they see in you what I see, and who is with you only out of convenience. It's not an easy process, but it's necessary. Relationships that aren't based on truth, that don't have deep roots, will also be shaken. This doesn't mean that you have to give up on people. On the contrary, it means that you have to learn to trust me in order to strengthen the bonds that are worthwhile. When everything seems uncertain, remember that I am your support. I am the link that holds together those who love me. Even if difficulties come to test these relationships, those who are in me will remain. You will not be alone in this trial, and those I have placed by your side, the true ones, will not abandon you either. This will be a chance to see clearly who those who walk with you are, who those who share the same light are. But make no mistake, son, this test will also shake the foundations of your life. What you've been building your dreams and plans on will be tested. If you've been building something on shaky ground, you're going to see it now. And I'm not telling you this so that you fear, but so that you prepare your heart. There are things that, no matter how much you want to stand, will need to be torn down so that something stronger can be built. I am working on you, not to destroy you, but to purify you. What is shaken and removed will be replaced by something much bigger, much firmer. I am the architect of your life, and I am building something that nothing can tear down. Son, what is coming is not just for you. The whole world is on the brink of a great change. There is a battle going on, a battle that you cannot see with your own eyes, but which is intensifying. Light and darkness are preparing for a confrontation, and you are part of it, even if you don't realize it. I've told you before, you are mine, and that's why the light is in you. You were called to be a light in the midst of darkness, to be the one who stands firm when everything around you falters. I know that you often feel small in the face of circumstances, that you think that what is happening in the world is beyond your reach. But I want you to know that your faith, your trust in me, has more power than you realize. Darkness tries to advance, but it cannot prevail where there is light. And that light, child, is in you. With every step you take trusting in me, with every decision you make based on the truth, you are contributing to this battle. You are important at this time, you are part of what I am doing in the world. Yes, there will be times when the darkness seems stronger, when the challenges are greater. But always remember who is with you. I am the one who lights your way, who protects you. I am not leaving you alone to face this trial. On the contrary, I am drawing you closer to me. I am calling you to trust more deeply, to let go of what is fragile and cling to what is eternal. And child, this purification I am doing to you is not a punishment. It is a process of love. I am molding you, I am removing what is impure, what prevents you from fully living what I have for you. The world around you may be changing, it may be being shaken, but I am your foundation. And what I am doing in you will prepare you for everything that is to come. I am building in you something that will remain, something that no wind, no storm, can destroy. The trial you already feel approaching is not meant to break you, it is not meant to destroy you. Everything that I am allowing to happen in your life, now and in the times to come, has a purpose. It is to refine you, like gold that passes through the fire and comes out purer, more valuable. I am preparing you for something greater, something that you may not yet fully understand, but which is essential in the plan I have for you. This trial will be intense, yes, but it comes with a clear objective, to strengthen what is already in you. I'm not taking anything away from you without having something much more valuable to put in its place. What you may find challenging now will prove to be a fundamental part of your journey in the future. It's like a tree that needs to be pruned to grow stronger and bear more fruit. That's how I am with you. I am shaping you, adjusting you, so that you can fulfill the higher calling that I have placed in you from the beginning. You already know that the enemy will try to take advantage of this moment. He will cast doubt in your mind, try to weaken your confidence. He'll want you to forget what I've already done in your life, the times I've sustained you when all seemed lost. But I'm telling you now, those doubts have no power over you. They are just shadows that try to cast themselves over the light that is in you. And that light, son, cannot be extinguished. I want you to know that you are not alone in this battle. The Archangel Michael, my faithful servant, is at your side, fighting against these forces that are trying to shake you. He has his sword raised, ready to defend what is rightfully yours, the peace, the strength, the trust that I have given you. Michael is a warrior, and he stands firm, blocking the attacks that come against you, protecting your soul from the arrows that the enemy tries to launch. Feel it, child. Feel the protection that surrounds you, because it is real. Even when your eyes can't see, you are surrounded by my guard. And as I said, you are being prepared for something greater. This trial you are facing is not the end. On the contrary, it is the beginning of something great. I am calling you to a purpose that is beyond what you can imagine right now. You are part of something bigger than yourself, a mission that will impact not only your life, but the lives of many others around you. There is a higher calling upon you, and this trial is just the way for you to be ready to receive it. No matter how difficult it may seem right now, trust that I am polishing you for something glorious. You have been chosen to carry my light, to be an instrument of transformation in this world. But for that, child, you need to be strong. Not physical strength, but an inner strength, a firmness that comes from knowing who you are in me. And I am building this strength in you now. The signs you've been looking for have already begun to appear. Perhaps subtly, almost imperceptibly, but they are there. I'm talking to you through little things, through situations that you consider ordinary, but which have much more meaning than you realize. These signs, at first, seem small, almost silent, like a light wind. But, son, as you pay attention, they will intensify. There will come a time when you won't be able to ignore them, because they will be as clear as daylight. Pay attention to the details. I am guiding you through them. It could be a word someone says, it could be a feeling that wells up in your heart, it could be a situation that happens again and again. These signs are my way of showing you that I am with you, that I am leading you towards the purpose I have prepared for you. As you advance in this test, the signs will also grow, they will become more evident, more frequent, until you will have no doubt about the path you must follow. But for now, I tell you to sharpen your spiritual senses. Pay attention to what I'm showing you. Often, the answers you are looking for are already right in front of you, but because of the noise around you, you can't hear them. I'm talking to you all the time, son. I'm guiding you, giving you direction. And you will realize, as time goes by, that every step you take is connected to something greater. I told you that this trial is to purify you, and that is true. What I am doing to you now is to cleanse what needs to be cleansed, to strengthen what needs to be strengthened, so that you can bear the weight of the mission that lies ahead of you. And this mission, child, is much greater than you realize. It's not just about you, but about the impact you're going to have on the world around you. So trust in the process. I am in control of every detail. And as for the doubts that the enemy tries to sow in you, I tell you, they are like bad seeds that cannot take root in fertile soil. You are fertile soil, because I made you that way. You were prepared to bear fruit, fruit that remains. These seeds of doubt can even be thrown at you, but they won't flourish, because what I have planted in you is stronger. The truth I have placed in your heart will suffocate every lie, every uncertainty. Remember that the Archangel Michael is with you. He is my strength at your side, and he will protect you from these attacks. Michael doesn't hesitate, he doesn't tire, he's always on the lookout. When the lies come, when the doubts try to take root, remember that he is there, fighting by your side, nipping in the bud everything that tries to bring you down. I give you this certainty, you are protected. And the signs, son, they will continue to appear. First, discreetly, then more clearly. But you will know that I am guiding you. There will come a time when there will be no more room for doubt, because my voice will be so clear in your heart that you won't be able to deny it. I speak to you in various ways, and I am training you to recognize my voice, to understand that I am in every detail of your life. Trust in the process, child. This trial is temporary, but the fruits it will bear in you are eternal. I am preparing you for something much greater than you can see now, and I promise you that when you go through it, you will be stronger, wiser, closer to me. Don't be afraid of what's to come, because I'm already there, waiting for you, with my hands outstretched, ready to take you forward. There are times when life's challenges seem overwhelming. You already know that trials are on your doorstep, and these challenges can manifest themselves in various ways. Perhaps in your health, perhaps in your finances, perhaps in your relationships. But listen carefully, none of these areas come as a surprise to me. I know every one of your difficulties, I know the burdens you carry and the worries that sometimes take your sleep away. None of this escapes me. When these trials arise, you may be tempted to believe that you are alone, that you have been abandoned, that the weight is more than you can bear. This feeling of despair, of emptiness, is exactly what the enemy wants you to feel. He wants you to believe that you are isolated, that there is no solution, that chaos has won. But I tell you, son, this is the deception he tries to use to keep you away from the truth. Despair, confusion, fear, these are tools in the hands of the one who is trying to make you fall. He will use these difficult times to plant doubts in your heart. When your health is tested, he will whisper that I don't care. When your finances are shaken, he'll try to convince you that I'm distant. And when the relationships you value are challenged, he will try to make you believe that you are alone, that people have abandoned you and that even I have left you. But you are not guided by lies, son. You have my light within you. This light is what will sustain you when the enemy tries to envelop you in darkness. It never goes out. No matter how much circumstances try to convince you otherwise, this light cannot be extinguished, because it does not depend on what is happening around you. It comes from me, and I am eternal. There are times when the difficulties you face seem to pile up one on top of the other. Perhaps your health is challenged and, at the same time, you encounter financial difficulties. Or perhaps your relationships seem fragile just when you need support the most. Son, at these times, it's common for fear to try to creep in. Fear is the enemy's greatest ally. He knows that if he can fill you with fear, he can weaken your trust in me. But fear, although it seems powerful, has no control over you unless you allow it to. You were created with a spirit of courage, and courage does not come from the absence of fear, but from trusting in me, even in the midst of difficulties. The enemy will try to make you believe that fear is inevitable, that it controls you. But I tell you, fear is an illusion when you are anchored in me. It can whisper in your ear, but it cannot dominate your heart when you turn to me in prayer. And this is where prayer becomes your greatest weapon. Prayer is not just a religious practice, something you do mechanically. It is a direct line of communication between me and you. When you pray, you connect directly to the source of all strength and wisdom. You will realize that, even in the darkest moments, I am listening to you, strengthening you, giving you discernment to see beyond the immediate circumstances. Prayer is the place where fear cannot survive, because it brings out the truth of what is really happening, that you are not alone, that I am with you, that there is a greater purpose in what you are going through. Remember that when the challenges come, the enemy will want to make you believe that you are abandoned. He will use any loophole to try to weaken you. If it's health, he'll use pain, tiredness, and fragility to try to shake your faith. If it's finances, he'll try to fill you with worry, making you believe that there's no solution, that you'll lose everything. If it's in relationships, he'll create confusion, misunderstandings, hurt feelings, to alienate you from those you love. But I am greater than any of these challenges. When you feel your strength running out, it's time to turn to me. Prayer is the way I have given you to recharge your soul, to remember that I am your source of strength. No matter what is happening outside, inside you there is a flame that cannot be extinguished. And when you turn to me in prayer, child, you will realize that I am already at work, even when you can't see it. Prayer gives you a new perspective. It doesn't just change the situation around you, it changes the way you see it. It reminds you that I am the God who takes care of you, in every detail, that no problem is too big for me. I know that sometimes it's hard to believe this when everything seems to be falling apart. You can look around and see no immediate solutions. But, child, I am not a God who acts according to human time. My timing is perfect, and I am always working for your good, even if you don't see it now. When fear tries to envelop you, when you feel the pressure of difficulties, I ask you not to turn away. Instead, draw closer to me. Talk to me. Open your heart. Tell me what ails you, what frightens you, what makes you doubt. I am not distant. I am your Father and I hear every word you say. There are many who are going through trials similar to yours, son. You are not alone in this. Others are also facing challenges in their lives, whether in health, finances, or relationships. I want you to share what you're feeling, to open your heart, because there is strength in unity. By talking about what you're going through, you'll realize that there are others who are also in this battle, and together you can support each other. It's not weakness to admit that you're struggling. On the contrary, it's a sign of strength. When you open up, you allow me and the other children around you to walk with you. You have the right to express yourself, to seek support. I want you to use this moment to share what is in your heart. Say what you're feeling, what you're facing. You'll see that when you speak, when you share, you'll not only be easing the burden on your heart, but you'll also be helping others who, like you, are looking for strength. And always remember that there is no shame in asking for help, in opening your heart. Prayer is a conversation with me, but there is also power in sharing with those around you. Talk about what you've been going through, and you'll realize that I'm acting, not just through your words, but through the community I've created around you. By commenting and expressing what is in your heart, you will see that others will also be encouraged to do the same. Now is the time to unite, son. You don't have to carry these burdens alone. The scriptures, what I have given you as a living word, are a powerful weapon against all the lies that the enemy tries to plant in your heart. Everything you need to know about who I am, about who you are, about the purpose I have for you, is there. The enemy's lies may be many and varied, but none of them can resist the truth that is in my word. When you feel lost, when doubt strikes, remember what is written. I have already given you everything you need to fight, to resist, and to win. The enemy will try in every way to confuse you. He will try to make you think that you are alone, that I have forgotten you, that you are not worthy of my love. He will try to distort even the simplest things in order to draw you away from me. But when you turn to the scriptures, you connect directly with the truth. There you find the promises I have made to you, the certainty of my love for you, and the reminder that I am faithful. The enemy cannot stand the truth, because the truth reveals his weakness, his lack of power over those who belong to me. Son, when you are facing these moments of trial, remember what is written. Every word I left in the scriptures was put there to strengthen you, to give you direction and to bring you peace, even in the midst of the storms. There is an indescribable power in my word, a power that the enemy can never overcome. And I want you to know that when you proclaim it, when you carry it in your heart, the enemy has to retreat. He cannot remain where my word is alive and present. In addition to the scriptures, there are 3 things you need to carry with you at all times during this trial: forgiveness, love, and trust in me. These 3 things are like a shield that protects you and keeps you firm, regardless of what is happening around you. Forgiveness, child, is essential because without it, you carry unnecessary burdens. I know it's often difficult to forgive. There are people who have hurt you, who have let you down, who have betrayed you. But when you forgive, you free yourself from the prison of resentment. You open yourself up to receive more of my grace, more of my love. Forgiveness is not for others, child. It is for you. It is an act of liberation, a way of letting go of what binds you to the past and to suffering. Love is the greatest force there is. It is the very reflection of who I am. When you love, you come closer to me. Even if you're facing challenges, even if the people around you hurt you or don't understand what you're going through, choose love. Choose to love, even when it seems difficult. I am enabling you to do this. And by loving, you'll notice that your heart becomes lighter, freer. Love neutralizes the poison of bitterness and prevents the enemy from having space in your heart. Trust in me is the 3rd pillar that you need to hold firm to. I know there are times when things don't seem to make sense, when you look around and see no way out. But trust in me. I see what you don't see. I know the path you're going to take, and I'm preparing everything for your good. Trust, child, is something that grows as you walk with me. The closer you get to me, the more you talk to me in prayer, the more you feed on my word, the more this trust will grow. Now, I want you to know that I'm not going to let you go through this ordeal alone. I have already sent my help, and it will arrive in various ways. You may not realize it at first, but I am working in details that you may not have seen yet. My assistance will come in many forms, and often it will be through people around you. It might be someone who offers you a word of encouragement at the right moment, someone who reaches out to you when you think you're about to fall. I use the people around you to show you that I am present, that I am looking after you. But not only that. I am sending you signs. And these signs will guide you. Sometimes they can be subtle, like a small sensation in your heart, or they can be more obvious, like something that happens over and over again until you realize it's not a coincidence. I want you to pay attention to these signs, son. I won't leave you without direction. My light will shine to guide you, even when the path seems dark. And in addition to the people and the signs, you will also have the assistance of my angels. Archangel Michael is already by your side, as I told you, but there are other angels who are also working on your behalf. They are fighting on your behalf, pushing back the forces that try to bring you down, opening paths where there seems to be no way out. They are my messengers, my warriors, and they are always ready to protect you. Trust in this, child. Even if you don't see them, they are there, fighting for you, guarding your path. I want you to remain steadfast, and I want to remind you that you are not alone on this journey. There are others who are also going through trials, who are looking for answers, strength, and a clear direction. This channel was created for that, so that you and other children can find the peace, strength, and truth you need through my words. I want to ask you something, child. If you feel that these words have touched your heart, if you feel that I have spoken to you in some way today, subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you will not only continue to receive these messages, but you will also be creating a closer connection, a way of always being fed with the truths that I want to pass on to you. Each message is a way for me to remind you how much I love you, how much I'm working on your life. By signing up, you commit yourself to keep searching, to keep listening, to keep allowing me to speak directly to your heart. And more than that, comment, son. Share what you're feeling, what you're going through. Don't keep to yourself what I have placed in your heart. It may be that by sharing your experience, you end up helping someone else who is going through something similar. Sometimes you don't realize how much your words can be a balm for the heart of another child who is facing the same difficulties. There is power in sharing, there is strength in unity. When you comment, when you express yourself, you open yourself up so that I can continue to act through you and in you. What is in front of you now is much more than you can see. This trial you are facing is not an end, but a beginning, a preparation for something greater to come. Each challenge, each moment of difficulty, is part of a process of purification, of strengthening, which I am working on in your life. And at the end of this trial, you will no longer be the same. There will be a change, a deep maturing, and a new phase will open up before you, a phase that I have prepared with great care and intention. You are being shaped, not just to resist evil, but to be a light in the midst of darkness. This phase of your life is like a cutting stone. Just as a precious stone needs to be sculpted to shine in its full splendor, I am also polishing your heart, your faith, your trust in me. I know you deeply and I know the potential that lies within you. And that's precisely why this trial is part of something bigger. You are being prepared to act on a plan that goes far beyond what your eyes can see now. Son, this trial is just a prelude, a first move in a greater battle to come. Good and evil are in constant opposition, and you, who walk in the light, are at the center of this confrontation. But don't worry. I want you to know that you are not alone, that I am with you in every step, in every struggle, and that you will be sustained by my strength and not your own. There are times when you will feel weak, times when you may think you can't go on. In those moments, that's when my strength will manifest itself most powerfully in your life. The strength you need, child, doesn't come from yourself. It doesn't come from your abilities or your intelligence. The strength that will sustain you in every difficulty, in every battle, comes from me. I am your rock, your shield, and your fortress. No matter how intense the winds that blow against you, no matter how dark the path may seem, I am the one who holds you firm. In the moments when your knees weaken, when your soul seems downcast, you will find that my strength is carrying you. Because this is how I work, it is in weakness that my strength is perfected in you. I know you more than you know yourself. I know how far you can go, I know your limitations and your fears. But I also know that when you trust in me, when you allow me to guide your steps, there is no obstacle that you cannot overcome. This trial you are facing, although difficult, is part of a plan to prepare you for something much greater. It's not about your abilities, but about what I am doing through you. I am the one who goes before you, who opens the way, who fights the battles that you cannot fight alone. I call you to trust in me completely, unshakably. Because, child, what is to come will require this trust. You will need to cling to me, because the battles ahead will not be small. They will test your faith, your patience, and your perseverance. But I have already given you all the weapons you need. My word, my presence, my love, all this is what will sustain you. The enemy will try to make you believe that you are alone, that you won't make it. But I tell you, child, I am your strength, and that strength never fails, never falters. What is happening now is part of a much bigger battle, a battle that is taking place on planes that you don't yet fully understand. But you are part of it. Every decision you make, every act of faith, every choice to follow in the light, is contributing to something much more significant than you can imagine. I have called you to a purpose that involves being a witness to my light, even in the midst of the greatest darkness. And that's why this trial is not in vain. I am preparing you to endure, to persist, and to shine, even when everything around you seems lost. In moments of weakness, when you feel powerless, that's when I will sustain you. It is precisely when you feel most vulnerable, most incapable, that my strength will reveal itself. I have not abandoned you, and I never will. I am with you in every moment, and my strength is constant, unshakable. It does not depend on circumstances, it does not depend on what is happening around you. My strength is eternal, it is powerful, and it is at the disposal of those who trust in me. You will realize, throughout this trial, that your own strength, however great it may be, has limits. But my strength does not. When you give yourself to me, when you accept that I am the one who sustains you, you become invincible, because it is my power that works in you. And, child, I want you to know that nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from this power, this strength that comes from me. Not even the greatest storm, not even the strongest gale, can break the one who is firm in me. This trial you are going through is like a training ground. You are being strengthened, molded, for something greater. I am preparing you for future battles, for challenges that will demand everything of you. But don't worry, because I've already provided everything you need. Every stage, every obstacle, I have already anticipated, and I have already prepared the way for your victory. Because, child, this battle will not be won by your strength, but by mine. And that is why you can have peace in the midst of the storm. Because your trust is not in yourself, but in me, who am the Lord of all things. With each passing day, you will see how I am at work, how I am using even the most difficult situations for your growth. There are times when you may not understand why certain things are happening, but I tell you that nothing is by chance. Every detail, every challenge, is part of a bigger plan that is being designed to strengthen you, to prepare you for what is to come. The trial you are facing now is just the beginning of a great transformation. At the end of it, you will be a new person, with renewed faith, a stronger heart and unshakable trust in me. And when the bigger battle comes, you'll be ready. Because you won't be fighting alone. I will be with you, as I have always been. I am the one who sustains you, the one who keeps you, and the one who leads you to victory. Remember one thing, I am the one who sustains you. And in the confusion, I am your light. You will discover, along this path, that the courage and endurance that arise within you are not the fruit of your own ability, but are gifts that I have placed in your being, so that you can face each challenge with confidence. You were not made to fall or be defeated. Even when everything seems to be falling apart, within you there is a strength that I myself have given you. This strength, this courage, will reveal itself in the most difficult moments. It is precisely in the midst of adversity that what I have planted in you will grow, will blossom, and you will become stronger than you can imagine. It's not just any strength, it's the resistance that comes from me, a resistance that doesn't break, that doesn't run out, no matter how strong the attack. With each new challenge, you will realize that there is a wisdom that wells up in your heart, even when everything around you seems confused. The enemy may try to sow doubts, to make you question your faith, your path. But it is precisely at that moment that you will experience something that only those who trust in me experience, a clarity, a guidance that comes from within, that guides you even when your eyes cannot see the path. This wisdom, child, doesn't come from you, it doesn't come from your experience or knowledge. It comes directly from me, from my Spirit, who works in you. You will be guided in ways that you often don't expect. There will be subtle signs, small gestures, words spoken by those around you, which will show you that I am with you, that I am leading you. Even in the midst of confusion, when it seems that everything is out of control, you will realize that there is an invisible hand guiding you. That is my hand. Don't worry if you can't see the whole picture, if the details of what is to come are still covered up. Trust in me, because I am taking care of every aspect of your life. And don't think that confusion is a sign that things are out of control. On the contrary, child. I often allow the waters to churn, the circumstances to seem chaotic, so that you learn to truly trust in me, and not in your own strength. It is in the midst of the storm that you will experience the depth of my peace. This peace does not depend on what is around you. It is not shaken by the winds or the difficulties. My peace is constant, it is unshakable, and it will keep you firm, even when everything seems chaotic. This peace, child, is a precious gift that I give you. And it will be your anchor in the most difficult moments. When fear comes, when anxiety tries to engulf you, remember that I am your peace. You don't need to fear what will come, because I am by your side. Even if you don't see the way out, even if you don't understand what is happening, you have the certainty that I protect you, that I guard you, and that everything is within my plan for your life. The courage I give you is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. And this resistance that you will experience, child, is a reflection of my strength working in you. I have made you capable of enduring, of persisting, because I know what you are made of. I know what I have placed within you, and I know that when you connect with me, there is no circumstance that can defeat you. Even in the moments when you feel weak, when you think you can't do it anymore, I will be there, supporting you, filling your heart with courage and determination. You will realize, throughout this ordeal, that there is a wisdom growing within you. It won't be something sudden, but something that will emerge, like a flame that intensifies. Even when the answers don't come immediately, even when things don't make sense, you will realize that there is an inner voice, a voice of peace, that will guide you. That is my voice. And if you are attentive, if you allow yourself to listen, that voice will give you the clarity you need to keep going, even in the midst of confusion. And that's exactly what I want you to understand. The chaos you find around you doesn't define who you are. You are not the result of the circumstances around you, but the reflection of my work in you. The world may be in confusion, the people around you may be lost, but you, child, have my peace. This peace will keep you anchored, firm, while everything around you seems to be falling apart. My peace is not like the peace the world offers. The world offers you a passing peace that depends on the circumstances. But the peace I give you is different. It is solid, it is lasting, it stays with you no matter what happens. And it is this peace that will keep you firm. When the storms come, when the difficulties arise, you won't be shaken, because my peace keeps you. Even if the waves rise, even if the wind is strong, you will be safe in me. And this peace, child, not only keeps you, but it also guides you. In the midst of confusion, in the midst of uncertainty, you will find rest in me. And it is in this rest that you will realize how much I am at work. You don't need to despair, you don't need to grieve. Because I am the one who is in control of all things. You may not understand now why certain situations are happening, but trust in me. I see what you don't see. I know what you don't know. And I am working on your behalf, even in things that seem difficult, confusing or painful. The resistance I give you is not just to survive, but to overcome. You will go through this trial, not with fear or doubt, but with the certainty that I am with you, that I have empowered you, and that I have given you everything you need to triumph. My strength, my courage, and my peace are yours. You will feel it in every step you take, even in the moments when everything seems dark. Trust in me, child. You are not alone. My peace will guide you. My strength will sustain you. And, in the end, you will see that the chaos was just an opportunity for me to manifest my power, to show you that, in the midst of any storm, I am your safe haven. It's not just a test, it's not just a challenge. It is an essential part of my plan for you. Understand that this trial is not to destroy you, but to strengthen you, to shape you and refine the best in you. I see every detail of your life, I know every thought and every beat of your heart. I know what you need, and I know that, in the midst of difficulties, my strength will sustain you and my grace will perfect you. Now, more than ever, your connection with me is essential. Don't let doubt or fear keep you from me. Prayer, child, is your lifeline, it is the bridge that keeps your spirit connected to mine. When you kneel down, when you talk to me, something deeper happens. It's not just words thrown to the wind, it's your spirit connecting directly with mine. Prayer is not a formality, but a real conversation between your heart and mine. And in this period, more than at any other time, you will need this connection. I want you to understand that, in prayer, you not only speak, but you also listen. I speak to you in many ways, and if you keep your heart open and sensitive, you will perceive my voice guiding you, strengthening you, encouraging you. In the most difficult moments, when the weight of the trial seems unbearable, don't stop praying. Even if the words don't come, even if tiredness tries to stop you, remember that prayer is your breath. It's what keeps you connected to the source of all your strength. And this connection you establish with me must not be broken. On the contrary, it must be strengthened every day, with every step you take. You are not alone. Even when it seems that the world around you is falling apart, when your strength is diminishing, remember that I am with you. Prayer, child, is like a lamp that illuminates your path. The more you pray, the clearer your vision becomes, and the more clearly you will see what I am doing in your life. Even when you don't understand why things are happening, prayer will give you the peace you need to move forward. In addition to your direct communion with me, remember that I have placed people around you. You were not meant to walk alone. In the midst of this process, community plays a fundamental role. I have given you brothers and sisters who share your faith, who understand your struggles and who can offer you the support you need. Don't ignore the strength of the community, because it's where I also work. The community of faith is a gift that I give you so that, together, you can build each other up, strengthen each other and walk side by side. I know that sometimes isolation can seem like an option. When the pain is great, the temptation to withdraw, to close in on oneself, can arise. But I say to you, child, don't let yourself be carried away by this impulse. It is in the midst of others that you will find the support you need. It is in the gaze, words, and prayers of your brothers and sisters that I will be present, acting to give you strength. When you feel weak, when you think you can't do it anymore, seek the support of those I have placed around you. They are the instruments I use to lift you up, to remind you of my promises. And you, in turn, will also be a channel of strength and support for others. Don't forget that by going through trials, you become stronger, more resilient, wiser. And the experience you gain during this time will allow you to be a source of encouragement to those who come after you. I use you, child, not only for your own edification, but so that, through you, others can see my hand at work. Don't worry about what you say or how you act, because I will give you the right words. I will give you the understanding you need to support those around you. This period of trial, as difficult as it may be, is part of my plan for you. I know it's hard to understand this while you're in the middle of the storm, but I assure you that nothing happens without a greater purpose. I don't allow you to go through anything that isn't within my perfect plan for your life. The pain, the discomfort, the uncertainty, all of this has a purpose, to refine you. Just as gold is purified by fire, you are being purified now, so that what is impure is removed and what is valuable in you becomes evident. Don't think that I put you through this process to punish you. On the contrary, this trial is proof that I am shaping you for something greater. I have chosen you for a purpose, and in order for you to be ready for it, I need to work on you. The fire of trial will not destroy you, it will only reveal the most precious things I have placed in you. Every tear, every struggle, every moment of despair that you face now is contributing to your growth, to the fulfillment of the purpose that I planned for you from the beginning. And even if the enemy tries to make you believe that you won't make it, that you're not strong enough, I say to you, trust in me. I am your strength. I am the one who will sustain you when your own strength fails. The resistance I have placed within you is greater than you can imagine, and you will realize this as you walk through this process. With each day, with each difficulty overcome, you will be closer to becoming what I have planned for you. The purpose I have for your life is greater than your current circumstances. I see the future that you cannot see, and I know exactly what is needed to prepare you for what is to come. The trial is just one part of this plan. It is temporary, but the fruits it will bring into your life will be eternal. The trust you will develop in me, the faith that will grow in your heart, the peace you will learn to carry in the midst of the storms, all of this will be part of who you will become. Remember that even in the darkest moments, I am with you. I will never abandon you, not even for an instant. When you feel lost, when the pain seems unbearable, talk to me. Open your heart in prayer, because I will always listen to you. And when silence seems to be the only answer, trust in my timing, because I never fail. Prayer is your refuge, it is your strength, and it is through prayer that you will continue to receive my instructions and my comfort. I am leading you, child, along a path that will take you to something greater than you can now imagine. Even if the trial is difficult, what awaits you in the end is incomparably greater. I am the one who sustains you, who guides you, and who will always be with you, in every moment, in every situation. Pay attention to the signs I send you, even through your dreams. They are not just fleeting images or mere reflections of your day. Dreams often carry important messages, guidelines that can help you get through the most difficult moments of this ordeal. While you sleep, your spirit remains connected to me, and through this connection, I reveal parts of my plan to you that you might not realize during the day. If you feel that something in your dreams worries you or brings you clarity, don't ignore it. Wake up with an attentive heart and try to discern what I am trying to tell you. It could be a word, an image, or even a sensation. Nothing is accidental. In your dreams, I can give you answers, directions, and even warnings of what is to come. When these moments arise, remember to seek me in prayer. Ask me directly about the meaning, and I will give you understanding. But I don't only speak to you in dreams. During this time of trial, some around you will also reveal themselves. Not everyone who walks with you today has their heart aligned with my will for you. The time of difficulty also serves as a filter, so that you can clearly see who is really by your side out of love and truth, and who is only accompanying you out of self-interest or hidden intentions. You will realize, at times, that people who previously seemed close to you will show their true face. This will not be to hurt you, but so that you can develop the gift of discernment. I give you spiritual eyes so that you can see beyond appearances. Sometimes the challenge is to understand that separation from certain people is part of your growth. I am always making sure that those who stay with you are those who will strengthen you in faith, who will walk by your side according to my purpose. Even so, child, I know that the path can seem arduous. The trial brings with it challenges that stir your emotions, your mind, and even your relationships. But I assure you, your victory is already guaranteed. I will never leave you alone, and the Archangel Michael stands before you, like a steadfast guardian, fighting the spiritual battles you can't see. However much the forces of evil try to bring you down, however much the darkness tries to obscure your vision, remember that the light always prevails. Evil has no power over those who trust in me and stand firm in their faith. Every prayer you say, every step you take in trust, brings your victory even closer. The struggle may be intense, but it will not last forever. Everything has a purpose and a time determined by me. Your perseverance, child, is the key to your conquest. Don't be overwhelmed by the voices that will try to discourage you. Trust in me and keep going, knowing that, in the end, I have already reserved victory for you. If you feel that the weight is heavy, remember that I am always with you. No matter what is around you, my peace will accompany you and sustain you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel that you can do no more, when it seems that your strength is exhausted, that's when I will carry you in my arms and give you the strength you need to carry on. Now, child, I want you to do something important. You already know that your faith and trust are essential. But right now, I invite you to share a word that reflects that trust. Write the word strength in the comments. By doing so, you declare that, even in the midst of difficulties, you believe that my strength is greater than any challenge. And this also serves as a constant reminder to you that I will always be with you, sustaining you. Also, check to see if you're already registered here. If you're not already, sign up now so that you can continue to receive these messages, because I will always have something new to speak to your heart. And if this message has touched your heart, share it with those who may also need to hear a word of strength and encouragement. Like this video as a sign that you receive this message and believe in what I am saying to you. Before you go about your day, I want you to pray with me. Close your eyes, bow your heart and repeat this prayer. Lord, I trust in you. I know that you strengthen me in every moment of weakness. Even when I don't see the solution, I believe that your hand is over me, guiding and protecting me. Give me the discernment to perceive your signs, both in my dreams and in the situations of my life. Open my eyes to see clearly what you have prepared for me. Help me to stand firm, to trust in your faithfulness, and to go forward with courage, knowing that my victory is already guaranteed in you. Amen.